Cloud gaming is a landscape of poor performance, dying services, and fanboy fervor greater than anything ever seen in the console wars. It is a disappointing fall from the positive feelings of just 2 years ago. But people still want to use the services, either as an alternative to further hardware investments, or because they have no other options thanks to spiraling costs of living. So the question becomes, which is best in 2023? Welcome everybody, my name is Doragon and this is my June 2023 Cloud Gaming Services Rankings list. This ranking list is based on two aspects. Firstly, my personal experience while testing the services, and secondly, how that service appeals to the majority of all gamers in the current world landscape, not just the few cloud gaming fans. This means cost, availability, inclusive libraries and such will matter more than the outright power and performance of a service because, end of the day, content is king. So, without further ado, let's get into the ranking list. Number 9. Vortex. This is an easy one to put in last place, because it doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. In 2022, I mentioned they were full and you couldn't sign up, join, or use the service at that point. But in 2023, I can't even access their website. And while the Android app still exists on the Google Play Store, it isn't even downloadable in the regions that support it. All reviews are gone, the website closed, the domain available for purchase, and the YouTube channel shut. I've had to use last year's footage as the background for this segment, as this shot of the Android app is the most up-to-date footage you can gather. Vortex is dead. Another cloud gaming service gone, the same as Stadia. Number 8. SoraStream. I have placed this so low because of its terrible business practices, minor but constant input lag, and a nondescript game library with a very expensive monthly subscription fee. While it offers a free trial of the service, the games included in said trial are very low quality, only 3 in quantity, and don't really show off the platform well. You cannot see what games are included in any of the higher paid tiers, all the way up to £12.99 per month, unless you pay for those tiers up front, meaning you cannot know ahead of time if the service is going to be worth your hard-earned cash. This is an incredibly scummy business practice. The streaming experience also has persistent lag. It isn't huge, but it's impactful enough to affect a game negatively, and bad enough that I wouldn't recommend any Twitch reaction game on the service, as it will just force failure from you. It's just a not well thought out or executed platform at all. Number 7. Enware, Blacknut, and Loudplay. These three services are near as makes no difference equal to one another as a complete service, so I cannot separate them into different entries. Enware is a GeForce Now clone, meaning it is an option to bring your own games from online stores such as Steam and access them via a custom user interface. But performance is terrible outside of their home country of Spain. They are still technically in beta, despite a £10 per month charge to use the service, and access requires a code that some folk get in 3 minutes, and that I've been waiting 2 years for. Blacknut has increased in price again year over year, now charging $15.99 US per month as opposed to last year's $12.99 US. But the gaming library hasn't improved, still offering games of low quality, high age, poor tie-ins or mobile ports. Last year's Square Enix partnership announcement has seemingly borne no fruit. There are bonuses to Blacknut, allowing 5 accounts on that one price for example, and a few standout titles like Overcooked, but it is lacking in almost every other area, making that incredibly high price even harder to justify. Loudplay is weird. It's kind of like Shadow PC in that your monthly fee gets you a PC build specifically. But unlike Shadow, it only allows gaming as far as their marketing says. It is a Russian-based company that offers pay-as-you-go cloud gaming, and their rates change depending on the device that you access it from, so Mac, PC and Android users will all pay different prices, and these aren't transferable to any of the others. There's just nothing going right for any of these options for them to move above one another or challenge those higher up on the list. Number 6. Boosteroid. I used Boosteroid for the first time in 2023 and really wished I hadn't. Yet another GeForce Now clone, so bring your own games that you have to buy elsewhere. Boosteroid is one of the cheaper options on the market that has a great compatible gaming catalogue and device compatibility. But that's where the positives end. Poor performance on any connection, any frequency, means gaming is at best difficult on the service. TV apps are incredibly poorly designed and make using them nigh on impossible. Controller rumble is overbearing and the service misses marketing promises at nearly every turn. And these are just the headline issues. Despite positives in cost and compatibility, I cannot in good conscience recommend Boosteroid to anyone. The fact that it is higher than rock bottom on this list should tell you just how bad all those services that have come before it in this video are. Number 5. Amazon Luna. I'm kind of surprised this has ended up this high on the list. I've had a bad experience with Luna. From an archaic pricing structure separating games into channels, as they call them, akin to satellite or cable television packages, through to input lag regardless of device connection or input, I've not had a good time. But the service does redeem itself slightly to raise above those lower down the list with some positive factors. The service costs just £8.99 per month and comes with an inclusive library of 125 plus games of high quality, even if they all are 2 or 3 years old. The streamed 1080p visuals are super crisp, far exceeding anything lower down this list and even better than one higher up. It has intrinsic connections to Twitch as it is offered by Amazon and offers a Wi-Fi controller for around £60 if you liked how Stadia worked before its demise. The challenges for the more invested gamer are the age of the included games and the poor performance. It is offering at best a PlayStation 4 Pro experience, but without any exclusive games, making that PS4 Pro hardware often a more appealing option. With a 7-day free trial though, it's worth seeing if this will work for you, but it is very hit and miss depending upon your location. Number 4. Shadow PC. Shadow PC offers some of the best performance for cloud gaming at the worst cost by far. That statement, however, is slightly unfair to the service. Shadow is a full remote PC, so Word documents, productivity, and even video editing and engineering drawings are possible and available via this service as well as gaming. The PC builds aren't the most powerful for cloud gaming, offering an RTX 1080 on the base package or RTX A4500 on the power upgrade. The service is stable, offers great input for whatever activity you are undertaking, and allows full PC access to people like me who don't actually own one otherwise. However, at £29.99 per month or £44.98 per month depending on which package you take, this is a prohibitively expensive option. At £539.75 for the course of the year, you can buy a Steam Deck and multiple games and still have money left over. Shadow have shifted their marketing in recent years and no longer focus solely on the cloud gaming market. But this is a high cost that will turn many users away before even being able to give it a go. And that Steam Deck comparison just cements that there are far better options if all you want to do is game. And if you're enjoying this content, a sub to the channel would bring me out of the shadows. Number 3. GeForce Now. I personally hate placing GeForce Now this high, as I feel it is an overpriced, under-delivering and overhyped service. However, using my own parameters outlined at the start, it has to sit at 3rd in this list. With 3 tiers of access, you can utilize the service regardless of your financial situation, given that there is a free tier. However, that tier's caveats to use it are so large in 2023, it may as well not even exist for all the good it actually does either NVIDIA or the customer. Priority and Ultimate, though, offer great cloud gaming performance. With resolutions ranging from 1080p all the way up to 4K, and frame rates up to 240 frames per second, GeForce Now offers some of the best qualities of PC gaming, such as DLSS 3, ray tracing and shader compilations on devices such as phones, televisions, 12-year-old laptops, and even Mac. At either £8.99 or £17.99 per month for the two aforementioned tiers, you do have to weigh the challenges of the service against its value to you. Using it on my devices, the Ultimate tier, despite advertisements saying otherwise, only ever outputs at 1080p 60 frames per second, the same as everything else in this list, despite the ability of my devices to go way beyond that. And feedback from many mobile users have noted the same. The Nvidia Shield device is gradually getting harder to use with it, and finding a game that you want to play on the service, that is compatible with the service, before going ahead and buying said game, on a different website and platform at that, is a convoluted mess at best. But the in-game performance is clean, fast, solid, more than most people's existing hardware can manage, and 95% of the time, completely flawless. If you can run with the caveats, and are willing to pay for games atop paying for a subscription, the exact same setup that Stadia was incorrectly ridiculed for, you aren't going to be disappointed with the gameplay experience of GeForce Now. Number 2. Xbox Cloud Gaming. The focus of many investigations, approvals, and denials, Xbox Cloud Gaming is simultaneously fantastic and terrible. But the positives raise it high enough to overcome the negatives. Available on a multitude of devices from PC to mobile, Xbox Cloud Gaming allows you to access an inclusive library of around 450 games for £10.99 per month, and this includes Xbox exclusive titles. The wealth of content, inclusive of its price, unlike so many competitors, is such a huge selling factor for this service. With its 1080p 60 frames per second visuals, it looks absolutely fine on smaller screens and totally passable on TVs, despite some heavy compression. Held back from the top spot by constant crashes, screen tearing and freezing, the technology of the service stands in the way of it rising to the top. Being bundled with Game Pass Ultimate as well means you could be paying for a lot of services that you simply won't use if you don't own an Xbox or PC like me. But with its ease of access, good monthly price and inclusive content, it explains their 70% market saturation of cloud gaming. With easy sign-up and cancellation too, it is a great tool just for when you need or want it. Add in that any controller can be used with the service, and as it is a part of Game Pass Ultimate, if you do have an Xbox console or PC, you get added content and services. It's just a very good overall deal. Number 1. PlayStation Plus Premium. PS Plus Premium is the boring option of this list. Strange way to introduce the top dog, but such is the state of cloud gaming as a whole. Premium is boring because it does exactly what it says it will, unlike essentially every other option on this list. It delivers access to a massive library of inclusive cloud games from the PlayStation 1 through to PlayStation 4 generations, equating to around 650 titles in total, on PC, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 consoles for an annual cost of £99.99. It offers these titles at 1080p and up to 60 frames per second depending on their generation and original design. With first-party PlayStation Studios games such as Uncharted, The Last of Us, God of War and Horizon inclusive of the price, games that cost £60 each and have all been in contention for Game of the Year awards upon release, the quality of gameplay is high along with the streamed experience. The service works every single time on whatever device you access it on. That's not to say PS Plus is perfect and everyone should copy it. Being available on only 3 devices is incredibly limiting, and as they are all home-based devices, kind of undermines the play anywhere ethos of cloud gaming as an industry aspect. It's also doing the same thing in 2023 as it did in 2013, adding some monthly games and increasing the library size. In the last 10 years, device support has actually shrunk instead of grown, and included features have been stagnant. But when all is said and done, an uncomplicated service that just works, with a wealth of inclusive content, despite its limitations, is all most people want from any of these services. And that is why PlayStation Plus Premium has risen to the top of the pile in 2023. So there you have it, folks. My ranking for another year based on my experiences and the appeal to the wider gaming community. Cloud gaming, while growing slightly, is still an incredibly niche and unwelcoming area of the gaming industry. The port forwarding, frequency locking, IP adjustments, and other provisos to get good performance out of many of the options on this list are a huge block to access to those who are used to just turning on a console and playing a game, no questions asked. And service providers need to address these challenges head-on if they are to grow and avoid going the way of Stadia, Vortex, and with news of Luna removing its app from PC and Mac while writing this script, possibly them in short time as well. Cloud gaming is stagnant right now, especially as the best available is exactly the same as 10 years ago, just with a bigger library. We need to see some big changes in the service providers if they are to break more than an underfunded niche. Otherwise, get used to those boxes at your desk or under your TV, because they are here to stay. And if you have enjoyed this video, check out this one where I test Boosteroid for a full month and review it. Otherwise, your viewership is more than enough for me, and until next time folks, have yourselves a fantastic day. And take care.